Hi, we're still on the site at Lake Elementaita. In this episode, I'm going to be sharing with you why this site is particularly important and interesting relative to an ongoing registration as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. You're watching Online in Kenya. I am Solomon Wangwe.
That's good.
So this is one of the main attractive things around investing at the lake. Obviously, a UNESCO World Heritage Site ranking does amazing things for property valuation. At the very least, it makes it a unique property because there's not that many UNESCO World Heritage Site properties that are available for private ownership. This is something that has a material effect on your valuation in the long term. And before you call and send us emails asking if you can buy some of our inventory here, we're not ready to sell yet, and that is because this entire area is currently going through a policy formation by the government of Kenya through its related agencies such as Kenya Wildlife Service, the Kenya Forest Service, WARMA, which is a Water Resource Management Authority, as well as NEMA. And these are all coming together to come up with policies around the land use and land controls to protect the ecology around Lake Elementaita that is important for the more than 400 bird life species that are found in this area. I know most of you didn't know that, but people travel from all over the world to come and watch birds at Lake Elementaita, and this is an important enough ecosystem to protect because of the UNESCO World Heritage Site ranking. It's also most famously known for the pelican, which breed heavily at Lake Elementaita because it's a saline lake. As you can tell from the color, it's a bit green. That's because of all the algae that thrives in the saline conditions of the lake. For that reason, there are no fish here, so you can't come fishing. But these are the conditions that make it prime for the pelican, which are part of the endangered bird species, as well as all the other bird species that live around the lake on these beautiful acacias and surrounding vegetation. So, because of this, it would be irresponsible for anyone really to sell you land around Lake Elementaita, especially if it's a lake fronting property, because we just don't know yet what we're going to be allowed to do with our properties. The government is not trying to acquire the property. What they're trying to do is come up with a sustainable policy on its usage to protect the ecology while respecting the private land ownership rights of all the owners around the lake. So it's not yet time to buy unless you're buying in large volumes. By large volumes, I mean nothing smaller than 2 acres, 2.5 acres, because that's one of the proposed policies, is to restrict subdivisions of land around the lake to 2 acres. There are many that have been subdivided to smaller parcels. We're not sure how that's going to pan out, but for that reason, it would simply be irresponsible for us or anyone else, for that matter, to sell land at the lake unless you're buying in the appropriate volumes because of the impending controls, which no one really knows what they're going to be yet. I hope that information helps understand why looking for unique geographic features like lake frontages can be beneficial to you as a land investor. If you have any comments to make, questions, engage with us through our social media platforms. They're all up and running. And subscribe, share widely with all your friends and family. Let them know that there's a place where they can get information on strategic land investment and that will allow them to do it safely. You're watching Online in Kenya. I'm Solomon Wangwe. Stay tuned for more information and tips on strategic land investment.